Probably Star Wars Paladin here with the news. Doing news a little different from now on. Had a problem earlier. Muted on accident, didn't unmute, and had a problem switching between the browser and the game. It won't do it seamlessly. Causes lots of headaches when I try to do the editor, because I gotta modify the video, and then I lose a bunch of quality. Ends up taking about an hour and a half to do about a 10-minute video, and so changing the format up a little bit. This is Throttle on Scourge. Say Scourge. No. Okay. So we're just gonna blast right through these. Star Wars 1313's canceled. Everybody knows that by now. If you don't, I'm sorry. It's been canceled for about a year since Disney essentially let almost everybody go from LucasArts. Which sucks also because it's LucasArts that I need to go to get permission to keep doing the channel. So basically the trademark expired, which means there's no more Star Wars 1313. Could partially have to do with the fact that a Boba Fett movie's coming out and they're not going to do a game that is going to have anything to do with the movie, and Star Wars Rebels is coming out, which is probably also going to have Boba Fett stuff. So they probably just didn't want all the franchises stomping all over each other. They like to keep everything well separated. So, yeah. Although that doesn't explain why Clone Wars got so many games based off of it. That's a different story. Star Wars 1313 definitely looks like it's not going to happen. It's probably going to end up getting reworked to have Boba Fett in some time to make sure it's nowhere near the movie that's coming out and nowhere near Star Wars Rebels. Moving on, Star Wars Attack Squadrons closed beta continues. The next group of beta invites is going to be in about a week. So if you're not signed up for it, go sign up for it. That's about all I can say. He can't say anything. You can't say anything about the beta, but I can definitely say that go sign up for the beta. That's all I can say about it. Hopefully it's out of beta and gets released soon. It will be fun to record that when it gets out. Record it for everybody when it's released, officially released and done and stuff. Provided LucasArts allows me to do it. Again, I've already asked them twice, waiting on that. Moving on, Lancer Space Missions 2.0 is coming. I tried to do that Friday, but it was kicking me out to the login screen. Hopefully that's all fixed by now. I'm going to do it all in one video because Bandicam lets me do that. I even have them written down, and I'm going to write the order down, and I think you guys are going to really like that. It's going to be a lot of fun just doing the whole thing at once. Unfortunately, it took 3 weeks to get all the missions because it's random, but I did finally get all the missions Thursday. So I'm going to hopefully record that tomorrow. We'll see. Moving on, the Rakghoul invasion on Alderaan is coming. I don't know if that's coming Tuesday. There's a patch update, but they haven't said what's going into 5.2a. Usually there's like some defects or tweaks or something, but they've been teasing on Twitter now for almost 2 weeks about how Alderaan's having animal attacks, but they're not animal attacks. And then there's the people that get attacked on Alderaan, go to the hospital, and then they disappear. And they're building up to something. It sounds really cool. And there's like 1 second of video on the last little announcement video, the teaser video that they made. Really excited about that. As soon as that comes, there'll be full coverage with Viper. Viper's my trooper. Wow. I just wanted to do that. I like doing that every few minutes. Just makes me happy. Moving on. I get this question a lot. I've got this question 5 or 6 times since I started my channel. It's not even worth arguing about. It's one of those things that people argue about, but is easily proven, and it's widely known. I don't know why people decide to argue about this when it's so easily provable. There is ranked PvP on Baragran Colony. There is. Every night. I watch them play. They invite me to play. I say no thank you because I'm recording unranked. Everybody knows that. They invite me anyway just to be nice. They're a very exclusive group. There are several of them. I'm not going to tell you who they are. That's not my job. There is ranked PvP on Baragran. I don't know how else to tell people that. And then they just keep arguing with me. 6, 7 posts at a time, back and forth. They are, and sometimes those people play unranked, and you can tell because they are the top 4 damage like 2 to 3 times over everybody else. There's only one way you get that way, and it's for either doing weeklies for a long time, transferring your comms, unranked comms into ranked comms for a long time, or playing ranked PvP. They play ranked PvP. That's how they have full tier 2 gear, okay? Because they're playing ranked PvP on Baragran. So, obviously that's not going to stop anybody, but there is ranked PvP on Baragran. Baragran? I always say it wrong. I like that word though. So I'm sorry. I don't know why people keep saying it. I think it just makes them feel better. But it's not true. So I'm going to keep telling people that they need to go back and play ranked when they pub stomp, because there is ranked. I'm sorry you don't think there is. I'm sure you think a lot of other things that aren't true too. That's fine. If you choose to disagree with well-known, actual, widely agreed upon truth, then that's your fault. I'm so tired of arguing with people about that. So, whatever, if you believe that. Those of you who play ranked, if you watch this, hey, thanks for watching. Most of you aren't, though, because most of you are playing ranked or watching ranked videos. And that's fine, too. I have nothing against high-level play. It's just not where I want to go. But, the Bomber's coming out in February. I won't be I'll cover the Bomber a little itty-bitty bit, but I probably won't be playing the Bomber until March, unless I can level it up by buying some kind of cartel pack. I was wrong about the Starfighter cartel packs. I thought those were going to be to upgrade Starfighters, but they're not. So, if there isn't some kind of Starfighter pack that upgrades Starfighters, I still think there will be, though. I have a feeling, but if there's not, then I will play the Bomber a little bit to cover it and kind of show everybody what's it about, why I'm so excited about it. But I will be playing my Coral, still my gunship, so I can build up enough points to play my Bomber, because since the Bomber doesn't exist in the retail version yet on the production servers, my points that I'm building up are going to the Strike Fighter and the Scout and the gunship, but they're not allocating to the Bomber yet. If you don't know this, as you play, you're actually allocating points to all your ships. So you can play one of your ship and upgrade all your ships if you want, and they all use different points. Yeah, a different pool of the points that you're working on. So I'll play a little Bomber to show everybody why I'm so excited. Show you guys why it was the original ship that I wanted in the first place. I'm not unhappy with the Coral, but I made it as support as I possibly can, and it ended up being ranged support, which I don't like quite as much as actually being like a defensive support. It's hard to explain. I'll be playing Bomber full time as soon as I get it geared up enough to be functional. But in the meantime, I'm gonna let everybody else play the bomber, and then because all the freebies will be playing, and I'm sure they'll all want to play the bomber. But they'll need to settle down and pick the ship that they're gonna want to play long term. As soon as they've picked their long term ships, then I'm gonna switch to the bomber full time, since that's my long term ship, and I'm never gonna look back at the Coral because that's, I don't know. Gosh, it's really hard. My emotions are like really screwed up about that. About playing the Coral for so long, 2 months almost, and then finding they're releasing the bomber. It's not the same as finding out that, I don't know. It'd be like if you were playing a game, and I'm not gonna name names because this has happened in quite a few games, and there's like the warrior, the archer, and the mage or whatever, and then you play for 2 months, and then they come out with the class that you really wanted. After everyone telling you that you can't have it and that it doesn't exist and that you're not going to get it and that you need to be happy, and then so you get emotionally attached to one of the other three, and they're like, haha, surprise. Now, I know BioWare never said that there were not going to be more ship types, but I got the distinct feeling that these were the three that we're going to get, and there aren't going to be any more. And they had said there was going to be a support ship, and the closest possible damn thing I could find was the Coral. Only one gunship, and I remember I'm like, can we at least get more gunships? Oh, well, maybe in February. Well, that was like 2 months ago. It's like, well, I'm not. Why do we get early access and then a severely truncated version of ship availability? I mean, if anything, they should have given the early access people all of the ships and then let the freebies get like a very, 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 very small access or something. I don't know. I feel really blindsided. I feel emotionally really ripped up by the bombers. At first, I didn't care because I'm like, oh, it's a bomber. What are we even gonna do with that? That doesn't make sense. And then I read about it. I'm like, oh, it's basically a big weapons platform, a big defensive weapons platform. I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I want to play. In every space game, that's what I play. That's what I play. It really, it's something that I'm not going to be able to get over for a while. So I spent probably too much time on that. I don't know. Let me know how you feel. I hope at least some of you play Galactic Starfighter. It's really fun. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you play a strike fighter and you don't care. Tell me if you play a scout, you don't care. Tell me if you play a gunship and you don't care. But gunship was not my first choice. Gunship was my only choice. I felt forced into that. I made it my own, and I made it work, and I made it a lot of fun. And then now the thing I really want is coming out. And it's like, well, crap. That's gonna mess me up for a while. Thankfully, it should be coming out in 2 weeks. But I don't want to get myself even more screwed up and just spend the next 2 weeks on the test server playing it, because that's really gonna scramble me up. Because then I'll be putting a bunch of points and effort towards nothing, except for experience and testing purposes, which there may or may not even be time to do anything about it, because the February whatever it is a pretty hard date. I couldn't find the exact date. I guess I didn't look hard enough because I actually think I know where it is. It's on that announcement video for January. But moving on. So I spent way too much time on the bomber. The Kuat Tactical Flashpoint teaser is up. It's I'll put the link. It's their usual like email format. It's like you're reading an email. Yeah. Secret agent spy. Ah, the Trandoshan spawned on me. Scourge, get rid of the Transocean. Ah! Okay. It's kind of the usual email format. I don't understand it. It was cool and I enjoyed it, but I didn't understand it. And that's because it's a lead in to the actual Flashpoint. These new Flashpoints, they're called tactical Flashpoints. Basically, there's going to be a new one on here, from what I understand. I saw it on somebody's test video, and I think it says tactical Flashpoints. And what that essentially means, sort of like Zerka, both of the Zerkas, where you don't really need a healer if you don't want to. You can have 4 DPS or 4 tanks or 4 healers and you'll be fine. So the teaser for that's up. I'll put the link. It's really funny, cool, interesting. It's not funny. But you'll smile through the whole thing. It's really interesting. So oh shoot, I skipped Samus almost being done, but that's okay. Samus is almost done with her tier 1 suit. So now I'm going to do what I'm calling tier 1.5, where I'm just going to tweak her enhancements to get the accuracy and power that I want. And then I'm going to upgrade her with tier 2 mods. I'm calling that tier 1.5 because she'll actually have the stats that I want, which is more than I can say for some of the tier 1 suits where you get stuck with Alacrity on a couple of pieces when you don't even use it, unless it counts for global cooldowns, and even then is like 50 Alacrity in a matter on your global cooldowns. I don't think so. So correct me if I'm wrong. I can't even remember if they actually implemented that or not, but I thought they did. So I'm calling it tier 1.5. Yeah, I got yelled at. Why don't you just go for tier 0.2 or tier 2? I'm sorry. It's like, well, because I don't play ranked. I don't want to screw around with my comms, and the weeklies will take me forever, and I'd rather spend them on tier 2 mods. So I'm calling it tier 1.5. That's the same thing I did with Extremis, and it worked really well. And that's what I'm gonna do with Samus. I'm gonna slowly work on her 1.5, and then phase her out, just like I did Extremis. So played her for roughly 2.5 weeks, I think, 2-3 weeks. I would have finished her tier 1 suit a couple days ago, except the queues went down. So yeah, then I'll be starting on Armitage, which comes down to here. Mids are starting. I'm starting on Armitage again. I was doing videos on Armitage before I had really chosen a direction. Not a direction, but a strategy. I always had the same direction, but now I have the strategy. I'm going to be working on Armitage. There's going to be a lot more than 70 to 80 videos for Armitage. A lot more, because he's not 55 yet. He's a long way from 55. So mids are starting. If you have a 30 to 55, I'm starting a list. I have a list of people here. Send me a message on YouTube with whatever your 30 to 54, whatever your 30 to 54 character's name is, and you can be in my videos. You can be in as many as you want. I don't care. Everybody's welcome. If you have a similar mindset, you're all welcome. If you don't have a similar mindset, you won't last very long. If you even, yeah. If there's even any of you left. There's a few left, but none of you ever last very long because you just can't. It takes a very specific mindset to do this. Ba-ba-bam. More Tiny Death Star and Clone Wars videos are coming. Thing is nobody watches them. I don't know why. I have a blast doing them. They're both great games. If I wanted to and if I had time, I could probably make about 300 videos just on Clone Wars adventures. Because there are so many games to play on there. It would take me forever. I'm only going to focus on 2 or 3. But yeah, more of those are coming. A couple people do watch them. I have no idea who they are, and they don't say anything to me. Tiny Death Star, though, I don't think anyone's ever going to watch that because I have no way of getting my videos ahead of the other guy who actually stopped recording Tiny Death Star videos over a week or 2 ago. So he's done. I think he's done. He's not going to record anymore. And then the other 7 pages are full of hacks and cheats. So I've got to deal with, that's the kind of crap I have to deal with. On the PvP side, I'm dealing with one guy who is more, like high-end. And then who knows how many pages of 6-month-plus old videos that are almost completely irrelevant now. Because how many patches have been through since then? And some of those videos, they're not even level 55. They're all level 50 because it's pre-McKeb. So for whatever reason, YouTube's decided that those are more search relevant than mine. I guess that's fair. I don't know. I gotta see what happens if I put in SWTOR PvP Bounty Hunter though, and see where I come up with that. Same thing with Sith Marauder. But definitely the Tiny Death Star, which nobody will ever see, unfortunately, unless you come to my channel and realize it's there, because they're not showing up on search. And Clone Wars, which also is not coming up because when that stuff all first came out a couple years ago, everybody did videos, and my stuff's nowhere near anywhere on those searches either. So that's that. I wanted to do a channel call out. What that means is, if you want to record videos, I mean, yes, you'd be in my videos too, which most of you are already anyway. But if you want to record your videos and just never knew how, or if you already know how to record videos and you just never found a really good reason to, what I want to do is I want you to PvP with me and record your videos. Also, even if you're on the other team, even if we're not grouped together, even if you're on the Republic side, I want you to record your videos and start up your own YouTube channel, and we'll network our YouTube channels together. We'll set up one of those network groups. I don't know how to do it, but we'll figure it out. And we'll group up on YouTube, and we'll make this even bigger. The reason behind that is I want, when I'm PvPing, everybody's like, why don't you heal? It's like, because I'm not playing a damn healer. Why don't you guard? Because I'm not playing a tank. You know, I don't get sick of hearing it, but it's like saying, why don't you go be a nuclear physicist? It's like, because I don't, because I'm not a nuclear physicist, so I can't do that. If you want to record your videos and put them up, they need to have commentary. You need to have a similar mindset to mine. You don't have to have cats. Get down. You don't have to have cats, but if you have cats, I guess that's a plus. Let me know, and I will walk you through everything that I've had to go through. You won't have to make all the same mistakes as me, and we will make our videos, and you can have all your revenue or whatever. If it gets big, that's fine, but we need to have a couple more people doing this, so that way everybody's class, subclass, and build are represented. So I'm not going to make one of every single character in PvP with them. I'm not going to. Period. That was never my goal. I don't know what I'm going to do after I play Armitage. Maybe alternate between the three. Maybe play Galactic Starfighter. I don't know. There's going to be so many things that happen between now and then that I'm not even worried about it. So let me know. Send me a message on YouTube if you're interested in recording your videos. They need to be just recorded and in HD and everything, just like mine. Bandicam's a little pricey, but that's what I use. So you need to have Bandicam, you need to have a decent mic. You don't have to have a high-level gaming rig, it just needs to be a decent rig. And relatively quiet background, no screaming children, I guess. You don't have to have a super awesome voice, you just need to be yourself. And let me know. And if you are serious about it, and please only serious people, but get down. Let me know, and I'll help you out, and we'll get this going. And we'll group up, but you got to be serious about it. I've already talked to 2 different people, and they're not serious about it. Well, one of them, it's not his fault. The people that the people that record those they're very elitist and don't want to be affiliated with anybody that plays unranked, and that's fine. But the other one, they wanted to collaborate, and then all of a sudden when it comes time to collaborate, they don't want to collaborate anymore, they just want to play. It's like, well, which is it? You can't have both. You can't talk business and then all of a sudden get sick of business and then want to play. We have to do both. This is like a job. So it can be fun, but it's like a job. So it takes that level of effort. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I know that's like a lot of news, but this frees me up from having to talk about all this in the game. So that's it. I hope you like this new news vlog format. It's easier for me. So I'm not gonna ramble anymore. There's my Scourge. There's me. This is my throttle character. Climbing over 10 subscribers quite nicely. If you guys want a new bio video, let me know who you want it of. And I hope to see you guys in game. And Thrall says goodbye. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.